I didn't see that coming. What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another review, and this is going to be for the 2022 film Halloween Ends, and this is directed by David Gordon Green and stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Andi, Matichack and Rohan Campbell. This takes place 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills, and Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. However, Haddonfield still hasn't healed, and the body count is starting to rise once again. Now before I get into this guys, I just want to say that I have been reviewing the entire Halloween franchise on this channel leading up to this film, so if you want to see any more Halloween reviews, they will be down below in the description. Now I've got to be honest, after watching Halloween Kills last year and being a little bit disappointed, I wasn't really looking forward to Halloween Ends. However, the last month I've been kind of binging the franchise really, and my excitement started to build that a little bit more, and when I rewatched Halloween Kills, it did grow on me ever so slightly. So what did I think of Halloween Ends? Let's find out. First of all, if you haven't seen this film yet, you're not ready for it, because I sure as shit weren't, and I'm willing to bet thousands upon thousands of other Halloween fans didn't see this storyline coming either. Now it's going to be kind of hard to avoid spoilers here. I'm going to be walking over stepping stones, dodging them, but I'm going to try and do it as spoiler free as possible. Now, after a very impactful opening scene and about 25 minutes into the movie, David Gordon Green lets you know that you're on a different journey than what you are usually accustomed to with these films. He must have been thinking that he was about to walk a tightrope amongst Halloween fans all underneath clamouring for him when he wrote this film. And at this time, I didn't know what to think myself, but I was invested. This film makes you wait a lot as well. We are introduced to a character named Corey very early on in this film, and there's a lot of character building going on with him. But it's not just Corey that we are getting to know as a viewer. Jamie Lee Curtis and Allison, we've been seeing what they've been getting up to, but because the film sort of takes its time and has a slow pace going for it, with long sequences where things that don't usually happen in Halloween films are happening on screen, there's a lot more time to breathe with these characters, and I thought that I got to know Allison a hell of a lot more than in the previous two films put together. There's also this whole romance story going on, which does help characters develop in this film, but it's another bold move by David Gordon Green. It's gonna be a hit or miss with a lot of people, not just Halloween fans. I don't think we've had a romance story before in a Halloween film, at least not until this level. It's a weird Halloween film, guys. It's a fucking weird Halloween film. Now, I don't want to go into this character Corey too much, but what I will say is I thought it was a brilliant performance by Rohan Campbell portraying this character on screen, and he was one of the biggest positives about Halloween Ends. He was a character that I was really interested in. I was wondering where his story path was going to go, and to be honest, when he wasn't on screen, I kind of wanted him to be on there. Look, I'm not really a big Jamie Lee Curtis fan. I've stated this many times in my Halloween reviews, but this was actually one of my favourite portrayals of the character. She's not overloading the screen. She kind of pops up at all the right times and says the right things. And she was kind of a lot more likeable to me in this movie. I do think this was a good finale for her character and a great send-off for Laurie Strode. But you all came here for a Halloween movie, right? Not some goofy romance drama, so why am I talking about character building and on-screen romances? And this is why I think Halloween Ends will be the most divisive of the lot regarding Michael Myers himself, you know, more than anything. Because I don't think you've ever seen this character portrayed in this way before. And people who are just coming into this film wanting Michael Myers to murder a hell of a lot of people are probably just going to have to manage their expectations a little bit. But fear not, there are kills here. There just aren't as many, or even half as many, I don't think, as the body count we get in something like Halloween Kills. It does actually contain probably one of my favourite Halloween slasher moments, to be honest, towards the end of the movie there. But this is a very different slasher than what you're usually accustomed to, and a very different Halloween film. And the whole set design, directing and cinematography is on point here once again. I think this is one of the best things about David Gordon Green's trilogy. The whole visual look of it. It always looks fantastic whether you like the films or not, and Halloween Ends carries that on. Now, it does feel very strange to end the franchise this way, I'm not going to lie. Not just this trilogy, but the whole rubber stamping it as Halloween ends, and this is going to be the final one. Whether that will be, it remains to be seen. But to end it this way did feel a little bit off to me, I'm not going to lie. But David Gordon Green has given us 3 very different Halloween films, in my opinion. He's given us a good reboot / legacy sequel that plays with a good story and has plenty of kills, and he's just given us this blood-soaked splatterfest with a little bit less story in Halloween Kills. And with this one, he's took a totally different direction and with a more grounded approach. Now, I don't think they're all great films or anything, or absolutely brilliant movies, but I fully respect David Gordon Green a hell of a lot more now when you see the trilogy as a whole. People may just feel that this is too much though, especially hardcore Halloween fans, because I'm going to admit now, when the whole character building and these long periods of no Michael Myers or kills happening or whatever were going on, it did feel very ever so slightly patronising to the viewer, like he was kind of, I wouldn't say up his own arse a little bit, but trying to be a little bit too clever. Now, I do think on rewatches that will change for me, but I wouldn't say it was fully like that. It was just a little bit there. I could see that he was trying to be a little bit too different. But maybe if he mixed Halloween Kills with Halloween Ends and swapped a few storylines around there and balanced it out, I think that would have worked for a hell of a lot more people, even though Halloween Ends did actually work for me. Even though it was a strange one to finish on. Look guys, I can't go into too much more here without going into spoiler territory. This has so much to unpack. There's a lot going on in this film that I just didn't see coming. And I even woke up this morning after watching it last night and just thinking about the movie. I've been thinking about it all morning up to this review. I'm still trying to process some of it right now. But all I know is that I liked it. Look, I'm going to give a little bit of a weird comparison, but hear me out. I remember back in the day in school, Metal Gear Solid was one of the greatest video games ever made. Still is to this day. And a lot of people were anticipating Metal Gear Solid 2. My schoolmates, people around the world, magazines that I bought were just really hyping this game up. And a lot of it was hidden. Now, Solid Snake was one of the most beloved characters in Metal Gear Solid. And when you got Metal Gear Solid 2, it totally threw everyone off and you went as this other character named Raiden. And a lot of people at the time really did not like the game. But as time has processed, Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of the most beloved games ever made. And it's always in top 10 list on PlayStation 2 games and stuff like that. And people have grew to love it. Now, I'm not going to say that Halloween Ends is going to be one of the greatest films of all time or anything like that. But what I'm saying is time can be a little bit of a healer. And on rewatches, I do think a lot of people, even if they didn't like this movie, may grow to actually like it and appreciate it over time there. Sometimes you just gotta expect the unexpected. Look, I have binged this franchise the past month and a bit, and you know what? I've had such a great time. I haven't seen some of these movies since the VHS days. There were some that I had never seen, like Halloween 3, and it's been a roller coaster ride. There's been some ups and downs. And what I'm trying to say here is, when you watch this whole franchise back to back, you kind of appreciate when you get a different feel for a movie. Now, okay, so Michael Myers is not a very good film, but I appreciate what they tried to do there, even though it was executed terribly. But Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie, he done his own thing, and I really did love that film. So when I got to Halloween Ends and it done something different, I was on board for it. I wanted this. I wanted something different, because there are so many Halloween films that just go down the same story path, and they are good films. Halloween, the original, of course. Then you've got Halloween 4, Halloween 5 do the exact same thing. Halloween H2O, even the second half of Rob Zombie's remake. There's a lot of films here that do the same thing, and when it's something different like Halloween Ends or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I really do respect that. Look, I'm kind of going to miss this franchise. It's been a ride. Maybe in a few years I'm going to go through it again. But I'm just going to give my rating for Halloween Ends right now. I'm going to give Halloween Ends a 7 out of 10, but this could definitely change in future. I think if anything, it'll probably go up. Okay guys, at the end of these reviews I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now a fun fact for Halloween Ends is that this is the last time Jamie Lee Curtis is going to play Laurie Strode. She came out and said it herself, but she also said that after Halloween 2 from 1981 and Halloween Resurrection, when her character was actually killed off for good in that film. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Please consider subscribing to this channel and giving this video a like. It would really help me out. Share this video if you can. And if you want more Halloween reviews, they are in the description down below. I'm going to be ranking all these films as well, so stay tuned for that. But what did you think of Halloween Ends? I do think this is going to be one for discussion, and let's just keep it nice and enjoyable in the chat there. But I will try and get back to you all, I promise. So thanks so much guys, take it all easy, I'll see you all next video.